Over the past 2 or 3 days, DogeCoin has been experiencing an insane increase in price and volume, and we don't really know why. Now, I have a theory that SpaceX has invested in DogeCoin, and I'm going to explain why I believe this. But before I begin, I just want to tell you that this isn't financial advice, and you shouldn't invest in a Dogecoin just because some random guy on the internet has a crazy conspiracy theory. So I know that Elon Musk has been tweeting about Dogecoin a lot longer than this month, but I'm going to start with the tweet on April 1st just because I believe it to be directly relevant to the increases that we've been seeing. So on April 1st, he tweeted SpaceX is going to put a literal Dogecoin on the literal moon. And that's a lot of use of the word literal, but whether you believe that the tweet itself was a joke or whether the joke, which would be a much better joke, is that he's actually going to somehow put a wallet on the moon or something, then, well, what happens is that this tweet, either way, whether you take it literally or figuratively, has established an unofficial relationship between SpaceX and Dogecoin. And, there's already like connotations with like to the moon and everything when people talk about stock and crypto prices increasing an insane amount in volume and price. Okay, so on April 10th, the day that all this madness started, Elon Musk tweeted at 3 in the morning, going to moon very soon. And at the time, a lot of people thought that this was related to Bitcoin, but I think it's pretty clear that considering the 25% increase in Dogecoin that day and how the previous moon tweet was affiliated with Dogecoin like a week earlier, that he was talking about Dogecoin. Now, what's interesting is that 500 million in volume was traded on this day compared to 90 million on the previous day. This would have been the day that SpaceX invested into Dogecoin. Now, the great thing about this is that we can compare it to when another one of Elon Musk's companies invested in a cryptocurrency, and that would be when they invested into Bitcoin earlier this year. So, in the days leading up to the SEC filing revealing Tesla's investment, we saw a lot of increase in Bitcoin, which is surprising considering there is a 19.5% change in price on the 7th, the day before the SEC filing came out, which is a lot of change for Bitcoin to have in one day considering how expensive it is. But this would have been due to large investors finding out early, prematurely to the SEC filing, which isn't new. Large investors are always ahead of retail investors, but either way, this marks Bitcoin's bull run in the coming week from 39,000 to $58,000. So we can draw parallels to what's happening with Dogecoin right now and kind of cross-examine Tesla's investment into Bitcoin. So the initial spike would have been right here on the 10th, that 500 million volume change. And, this probably would have just been people selling off, but these additional spikes would have been maybe like large investors finding out prematurely as per usual, and then mainstream hype building off of that. Because whenever Dogecoin goes up a like decent amount, it tends to go up a lot as people kind of pump the coin. But anyways, when large sums of money are invested into Dogecoin, it's easier to see drastic volume and percent changes due to how cheap it is right now compared to Bitcoin. So that's pretty much all I have. I know that this is kind of just really thrown together and chaotic, but I wanted to get this out as soon as possible. And like I said, I'm not sure if this is right. This is just some crazy conspiracy theory. But if it is true and SpaceX actually did invest into Dogecoin, then we could be seeing a gigantic increase when the SEC filing comes out.